Hey guys, welcome to another special audio commentary done by Diggity. This is part of the 2 versus 2 fan site sponsored, I should say Blizzard fan site sponsored Starfeeder tournament. 2 versus 2, all the fan sites get together, play against one another, see who's the reigning fan site at the end of the day. Let me really quick show you the teams. We got, it's going to be starcraftstrategie.pl, a Polish StarCraft website, and I don't read Polish, so honestly I don't know much about that site. And it's going to be between them and MYM, MyM.Com being the website represented there. I can't believe I haven't mentioned. Basically, if you've listened to any of my commentaries, I have yet to mention MyM, and I'm sorry guys if you're listening to this, because that's a severe injustice. They have a great website. Go check it out. They've got all sorts of information on not just StarCraft esports, but esports across the board on that site. I especially like Vahali's columns on there. So go check that out. They're always entertaining. He covers specifically some Blizzard type, or basically StarCraft. Every once in a while he'll mention some StarCraft 2 stuff in there. Really fast, just so you would know the teams, it's going to be orange and teal versus purple, or sorry, I should say pink and white. So MYM starting in this cross category, and StarCraft strategies in the opposite. It is Zerg versus Protoss, Zerg versus Protoss. This is Azalea. Let me give you a little bit of the map layout. So mineral only expansion, gas expansion, and of course that's mirrored across the map in that nice kind of reverse swastika. By the way, no, I won't get into it actually. Learn history about that. The Nazis stole it and kind of ruined it. Gateway going up for both Protoss players. Looks like both Zerg players fairly predictably are going 9 pool. Pretty much it's standard to go 9 pool and 2 versus 2 with Zerg. Really, it's kind of suicidal fast expand. Sometimes 4 pool if you're going super pressure, but whatever. Anyway, mineral expansion out here. This is kind of the only other variance in the map, is these 2 mineral expansions, which can be fought over in the middle. I'm not sure that they'll come into play here. 2 gate on this side, 2 gate on that side, and let me get rid of map reveal. So anyway, but yeah, MYM, I'm so sorry. I should have said something. So everybody right now, if you listen to this or ever, you're like, hey, Diggity's okay, or even if Diggity sucks, go check out my MYM. Great disservice there. Gas being harvested in the meantime. Doesn't look like any Zerglings are being produced here. Couple 4 Zerglings being produced on this side. Gas also being harvested. Now Zerglings being produced on this side. Both players immediately going to tech the hive. And now another pylon going on, so we're seeing kind of I like this build by MYM a little bit better. MYM, yeah, simply because it's a little bit better as far as defending your front door. I'm guessing we're gonna see from this kind of basically if Dragoons ever come out, it's easier to blockade out of like anything that comes in. Zerglings are now loose and on the rampant attack, and we'll see what direction they're going. Looks like they're kind of gathering up in the middle. Probe was headed out to scout, going to be sent back. Overlord in the meantime going to scout the MYM orange base here. Also an Overlord being sent out, so this will be scouted out in just a moment. For some reason it decided to click off on the minimap. So gathering up in the middle, Zealot and as well as the Zerglings, and it looks like they're pointing to each other, and I think what they're saying is let's attack White now, while White's defenses are weak. So now pushing in with a grouping of Zerglings, a couple other Zerglings loose with a couple with that single probe, and now White realizes he's in trouble. Let's see how Purple decides to respond. He's got four Zealots out, more Zealots pouring in, more Zerglings on the way. So what he really needs to do is he needs to go either defend or put on the pressure on an opposite base. We'll see though if White has reinforcements right in his base, and pretty good micromanagement there, as you can see, coming out with a lot more Zerglings. That could have just been because I wasn't paying attention to the full Zergling number. More Zerglings being pressed in, and now Purple, yeah, putting more pressure on Orange just to shove him back, make sure he can't push any more reinforcements. A creep colony is going to be forced in the meantime, and we'll see if there's any teching going in the meantime. Looks like a second hatchery being built for Teal. So for Teal using this aggressive stance, forcing a sunken colony to be built, and in the meantime getting ahead a little bit as far as first of all as far as his economy goes, and going to be ahead as far as production goes in a minute. Zerglings are loose, and it looks like the Zerglings are in fact going to break through and going to do some economic damage here. We'll see if these two Zerglings starting to pull out. Purple in the meantime going to run in on Teal, and let's see if Teal's getting a creep colony up, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to stop these 6 Zealots. He's going to have to produce some Zerglings to supplement. He has 6 Zerglings at the moment, but that creep colony still nowhere near sunken. 4 Zealots now loose. Let's see if he goes into Purple. Lings in the meantime running rampant here in White's base. And now, yeah, as you can see, the Zealots, and that's good sunken placement, by the way, just starting to run loose here. It's just not going to be enough, though. all these zealots just starting, and now Teal's in big trouble here. First of all, doesn't have a lot of drones to work with in the first place. Looks like Orange is going to come back and try. No, he's pulling up short, not going to attempt to defend. So it looks like it looks like White has managed to survive, so he's still in it. But both Zerg players somewhat crippled here, and I would say actually that MYM at a severe disadvantage. Spawning pool down for him, where White looks like he's doing decent. He still has a spawning pool, still has a couple drones. Drones pulling out. Looks like he's going to try to build another hatchery somewhere, and let's see how Orange responds. So Purple actually doing a fantastic job. He's getting his third gateway down. He's in really good position. Third gateway is already up for Orange here in the meantime, and more zealots pouring into Teal's base. He's really got to take out this Zerg if he's going to stand advantage. Just trying to do what damage he can. A few more Zerg, just basically a kind of a skeleton Zergling crew in the meantime, and we'll see if this is going to be enough. It looks like it is going to be enough, but in the meantime, I feel like Orange is definitely leaving his base open for a counterattack from Purple. If Purple decided, yeah, once he finishes that off, to push up. And in the meantime, Teal really vulnerable out in the open. We'll see. Will this be enough? Does not look like this attack will be enough. White continues to survive, and essentially, as he's surviving, this is basically putting the game further and further into Strategy's hands. And drones being pulled off the lines here. And as you can see, MYM doing whatever he can to try to hunt it down. Now he's just playing a game of cat and mouse, and allowing Purple, just giving him time to gather up forces to do an attack on Orange. In the meantime, we'll see 44 out of 57. I'm curious how Purple's doing. 57 out of 57. So definitely has the higher unit count. I wouldn't be surprised if he expands in a second. White still still has the pressure, still being annoying here, still staying alive. He needs to be careful with these drones. As you can see, he only has 10 resources though, and so for all effective purposes, he's essentially out. But Orange, in the meantime, still has to dedicate forces. Zealots now pushing in on Orange, and keep in mind he has 2 zealots out in the field, 2 zealots coming in. We'll see if he discovers Teal. Doesn't look like he will. I think these are just supplementary forces to maybe help out White in the meantime. Orange is distracted. White is now free. He has drones. He has a spawning pool. Orange in a bit of trouble, and this is where that base build is really going to help him out. Those zealots are going to have to engage, and they're going to be able to gauge on Orange's terms. He's not going to have to worry as much. As you can see, the zealots winning out there simply because of better positioning, and that better positioning was basically allowed because of just the way these gateways were placed. Purple's still doing okay. Drones coming off the line to supplement this force. Doesn't want to lose this fight. More reinforcements incoming for Purple. Teal, in the meantime, starting to rebuild, so that might be a factor later in here. The probes off the line and doing a lot of damage here. I got to give a big advantage into strategies.pl. Probes doing what they can to micro in here, and White getting a Zergling in this attack here, wanting to finish it here. Zealots regrouping, pulling off the line, because as you can see, it's still basically going to do whatever economic damage, and make sure those probes have to engage until he gets the reinforcements. Probes and Zealots starting to fall back at this point. Spawning pool going down. Keep in mind, Teal's still the X factor here. White, in the meantime, starting to try to get his economy back together. He has some overlords. Man, if he just scoots that overlord a little bit forward, he's going to be able to see Teal's base. Purple, in the meantime, still thinking about an attack. 2 zealots pushing out. Just a interesting maneuver there, sacrificing the 2 zealots to try to gain position over the rest of the zealots. And now a big fight happening here. I think this is going to be the end of Purple's attack, but Orange actually deciding to pull back with the 2 reinforcement zealots coming in. I think he could have actually just engaged there, been able to finish it off at that point. I hear some attacking happening. I'm not sure where it is. Citadel of Dune and Cybernetics Core in the meantime going up for Purple. Looks like the 2 zealots wandering around in the meantime, and White's going to try to fast expand it. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have the resources really. I think he's doing scouting. They're trying to find Teal. Zergling's going to be out for Teal in the meantime, and that could actually play a big factor in this game, especially for the defense for Orange. They're going to, yeah, it looks like he's got the Zerglings up now. He might be able to finish off White in a second. I think White realizes it, which is why he's getting the creep colony down. Might have scouted something out. Couple Dragoons in the field, and we'll see how if Orange is anywhere close. Orange is not anywhere close. Trying to get a Cybernetics Core up desperately now. Zerglings now, as you can see in the meantime, scouting out. These Dragoons are going to play every bit of difference here in the field. Now, as you see, the Zergling's coming down onto White space. I think he's going to be okay, though. First of all, he can pull his drones off the line. Second of all, he's got that Sun Colony up. He's going to be able to defend this with his drones, but definitely some harassment action happening there. 1 pylon down, so that pylon having a big effect on supply at the very least. More Dragoons flooding in, and now this is kind of working against Orange, because Orange obviously can't press all of his zealots into the Dragoons like he would want to. But it looks like Purple not doing a fantastic job micromanaging. Teal, in the meantime, coming off the line to try to help. More probes coming off the line, so more economically coming behind economically again. Second hatchery going down for Teal. So Teal ahead of White for sure here as far as his economy goes, and he's going to be ahead of production in the meantime. Orange, although he looked like he was in a bit of trouble before, now looking okay with some help from his friends. Gets by with a little help from his friends. Anyway, Teal in the meantime not looking so great as far as the unit count. He's only 8 units ahead, and probably mostly in probes. Looks like he's going to expand to try to lock an economic advantage at this point. Teal in the meantime doing okay. He's getting his Citadel of Adun down. Templar Archives out, so a couple Dark Templar being produced, and that could really shift the balance of the game. Orange doesn't have any detectors out. His only detector in his base is White's Overlord. A bunch of Zerglings pushing out. Now White, I think that might have been the first time he found the base. Going for a 3 hatchery build, going basically all in, balls to the wall here, going to produce as many Zerglings as possible. But White, it looks like, actually going to be able to just starting to flood Zerglings in, going to do as much damage as possible. That's going to force Orange out, and that's unfortunate because maybe he could have stopped the Dark Templar with something. But now that all those units are going to be out in the field, looks like actually Purple's going to engage. They're going to bring the Dark Templar alongside. I think he would be better off just to send those Dark Templars straight up to Orange right now. Orange sending out more Zealots just to try to protect his friend Teal. Looks like that was successfully defended. 3 hatcheries going to be up, so he's going to be able to pump a lot of units, but really he doesn't have the economy to supplement those three factories. And now, because all of the units were out in position, first of all, they're going to get a flanking opportunity, but also those Dark Templar are going to be revealed now at this point.